Hello there.
I'm Robert.
I'm Vanessa.
I'm Mike.
And we've been waiting forever for Benedict Cumberbatch to become the Doctor. But the difference between our Doctor and his Doctor...
Magic user, baby!
Whoop, whoop.
Put a spell on you.
So we've been waiting quite some time for anything Doctor Strange to come out. We went to D23 last year, and they gave us a nice little package for Doctor Strange that we got to see.
Yeah, the concept art motion comic that they did was pretty awesome, especially since the movie hasn't at that time wasn't being shot yet or wasn't shooting.
Yeah, they put together something. It was literally like a motion comic, and it flowed very well, flowed just like a trailer, had a wonderful score to it. I was really impressed by it. I don't know about you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was definitely blown away by it.
Introduced by Benedict Cumberbatch, too, who was filming Hamlet, I believe, at the time. But he gave us a nice little intro to what we could expect from Doctor Strange, saying that it was nothing like Marvel has ever seen so far in the Marvel MCU. But Doctor Strange has finally dropped their first trailer, and we are going to watch it now.
Time to go to another dimension.
Stephen Strange. Might I offer you some advice? Forget everything that you think you know.
You're a man looking at the world through a keyhole. You've spent your life trying to widen it. Your work saved the lives of thousands. What if I told you that reality is one of many?
I don't believe in fairy tales about chakras or energy or the power of belief.
That his voice?
That's weird.
It's awesome.
You wonder what I see in your future? Possibility.
Why are you doing this?
There are other ways to save lives. So much you don't know.
The hell?
Definitely Inception-like there.
Teach me.
Yeah. November can't get here soon enough.
November is going to be a good one because we got this, and then we got Fantastic Beast and Where to Find Him. So.
Absolutely. Oh, so exciting. I'm glad they're spreading their slate throughout the entire year. But that's one thing that I love from this trailer is that they're giving us the origin story of Doctor Strange, seeing where he came from, showing us the accident in the beginning.
Showing him like what happened to him and why he got to where he is now.
I'm so happy that we are getting origin stories for characters we have yet to see on the big screen. You know, we're tired of getting the Spider-Man origin story, the Batman origin story, like all these origin stories for these superheroes that we've seen over and over. But man, we're finally going to get an origin story for someone we have yet to see on the big screen, so that's why it feels fresh. I'm really excited to see what happens with that accident. I'm sure it's a huge scene when he gets in that accident in the very beginning that puts him in his predicament to set him on his way. But the voice.
Yeah.
Ooh, I know. I was waiting to hear his like Sherlock-y voice, but I don't know about the voice yet. It still has to grow on me, but we'll see.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Joker.
Yeah, a little bit.
It just has that very sharp tone to it. I love it. I love
Yeah, I really liked how they changed his voice from being British, and I mean, he sounds really good whenever he's doing his British voice. But
very elegant.
Yeah, he's very elegant when he does it. But Doctor Strange is unlike any other character he's played before, and unlike any other character we've seen before, we haven't even seen the mystical aspect of Doctor Strange, and now we're gonna get a whole slew of characters from it.
I know, like the whole like mind bending thing that was happening in the trailer was awesome, and I know that they were talking about that they were gonna use the 3D to kind of do some weird thing with it. So maybe this is a 3D movie that I will actually like it in 3D.
What do you think about the astral projection?
I thought that was pretty cool too.
She like punched the soul out of him pretty much.
Yes.
And I'm so glad that they went with Tilda Swinton as well to be able to play another male.
I think that she does
more than gender roles. I guess she's extra worldly.
No, I think that she was a perfect person to pick for this. She's very I don't know. She's very
ominous,
mystical in her own self too.
Like Gabriel and Constantine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not her first time going male and going crazy out of this world. So really excited to see what Tilda Swinton. But Chiwetel Ejiofor.
A little snippet of him.
Just didn't show us anything, but what I did pick up kind of reminded me of the operative in Firefly that goes up against Malcolm and the rest of the crew on the Serenity, or I guess it was Serenity that he was in for Firefly. But
right.
Either way, having the sword to his back and just kind of being ominous. But I thought Baron was supposed to be a villain, though. So from the pictures that we saw from Entertainment Weekly, he looked like they were buddies, kind of.
Well, they were both taught by the Ancient One.
Okay,
is what it was. And first the Ancient One starts to train Baron Mordo, but then she sees the evil in his heart, and she takes on the apprenticeship of Doctor Stephen Strange. Okay. And basically, it's like a rivalry. It's almost like a Loki and Thor situation, which I think they're going to play off because it works.
That's funny that they would do Loki and Thor because he wears red and Thor wears red, and from the trailer it looks like dark green and Loki wears green.
And then Mads Mikkelsen, they didn't really show him, but walking away, bending that room that he was in, very trippy, but definitely some speculation that he could be Dormammu. I mean, that would be pretty cool if they brought, the top tier villain into this and go up against Stephen Strange. Doesn't have to finish him off either. Carry him throughout the movies. Let's keep these villains hanging on as we go forward.
Well, Dormammu is one of those characters that could be an Avengers level villain eventually.
Right.
Because even in the comics, it says Dormammu's powerful enough to destroy the entire human existence on Earth as we know it. So it's just like hell invading Earth, but only it's from the dark dimension.
Absolutely, and if he partnered up with Thanos, who can control so much with his Infinity Gauntlet, they need Doctor Strange to help them stop everybody that is coming. So really excited to see it. Scott Derrickson. You notice the tone of this trailer. It's very dark, kind of scary, almost like a horror movie. And Scott Derrickson comes from a horror background. He's done movies like Deliver Us from Evil, Sinister as well.
Oh, yeah.
So he's done a lot of those horror movies. Also did The Day the Earth Stood Still, but...
We don't talk about that. But he's done, those generic Exorcism, I think it was.
Of Emily Rose.
Something like that, yeah. He did that, too, so...
It's cool that they're going through and getting all these directors of all these different genres and bringing them in to make these movies. And so far, a lot of them have just killed it on their first go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really excited because what Marvel is doing with their cinematic universe is really awesome. You know, we have the constant with the Captain America and the Iron Man and the Avengers, and those are the constant ones that everybody knows. But then they, little by little, are starting to add more to the pot. First it was Guardians of the Galaxy, then they added Ant-Man, and now they're adding Doctor Strange. And from what they've done so far with Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man, I'm really looking forward to this, and it's up there.
Yeah,
with everything.
It's taken a bunch of B-list comics and they're turning them into mainstream things. I mean, I never thought Guardians of the Galaxy was going to do, but it did great.
It did well. It did amazingly
I
well.
love it.
Absolutely. Skyrocketed Chris Pratt into A-list. Speaking of A-list, I mean, we have a whole slew of A-list stars in this as well. You got Rachel McAdams in there, too. No clue who she's playing. I mean, it could be anyone from Clea to Victoria. We don't know. But we'll figure that out. It's cool not knowing really anything about this movie going in. And I'm sure a lot of just general public who don't even know anything are going to see something like this and see Marvel attached to it.
Yeah.
It's just going to... What? I mean, it's out of this world. Totally out of this world. Like you said, totally like Inception.
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely.
that's what I love. Let's get crazy with it, and I'm really happy that they're doing that.
Yep. Thanks again for sticking with us as we react to the Doctor Strange trailer.
It definitely was something we've never seen before as far as Marvel trailers go, or teasers, but we can't wait to see what they have in store for us in the next few trailers that come out.
Yeah, definitely. I hope we get more of a look at the dark dimension and the various dimensions that we are going to, as well as some familiar faces along the way.
That's definitely going to tie it all together when they bring all the other Marvel characters in, so I can't wait to see that. So thank you guys, we appreciate it. Follow us, like us, subscribe. Do the thing. You
Comment.
know where we're at. So we appreciate it. And now it's time to say goodbye. Bye. Bye. The only thing I could think of watching that trailer was Dr. Orpheus!
The Necromancer!
I brought pizza rolls!